Imagine
You wake
to find out
every penny you saved is gone.
In 2023, I suffered every internet banker's worst nightmare. A ravaging virus compromised my banking details and within minutes wiped my account clean. Now, like many of you, I never thought I'd ever become a victim of a cyber attack until it hit me like a curveball thrown out of nowhere. Now, this distressing moment was a turning point for me. Finding the ultimate antivirus solution became the top of my bucket list, and it should be yours too. After hours of thorough research, I stumbled on ESET Home Security, which proved a lifesaver. It got rid of the virus in no time. But all isn't sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. So in this ESET review, I'll show you what convinced me to settle on this antivirus and a few things that I think the company can improve on. And my name is Jason, and today I'm going to be analyzing ESET Home Security based on the following categories: security, compatibility, and price. As you might be familiar with, I'm going to be awarding up to 5 stars based on how the AV performs in each category. The 5 indicating the highest, the 1 the lowest. And while we're at it, I'm going to be showing you one important feature that many review sites miss. You can take advantage of that. But before we zoom off, I have some amazing discounts on ESET for you. So if you're interested, then click on the links in the description below. I begin with the primary function of every antivirus, security, which is the main reason I tried ESET Home in the first place. The AV has an efficient anti-malware scanner that can find viruses hidden in obscure parts of your system. Now, look, I know this might sound salesy, but you'll get the grand picture when we get to the testing phase. After all, they said the proof of the pudding is in the eating. The anti-malware scanner comes with 3 options. There's system scan, custom scan, and removable device scan. The system scan checks every single file on your device, including running processes and program files, while the custom scan only scrutinizes selected files and folders. If you'd like to scan your external hard disks, your phones, your flash drives as well for malware, then your best option is the removable device scan. ESET isn't only reactive, but also proactive in providing excellent real-time protection against ransomware attempting to infiltrate your devices. One way it does that is through its firewall, which scrutinizes inbound and outbound traffic to ensure that my connections are absolutely safe. Its network inspector is also a very handy tool that scans all your devices connected to the home network for vulnerabilities. However, this feature is only available to Windows users, which it's kind of understandable because Apple software is really a difficult nut to crack. Given the really horrible situation that I endured in 2023, I found its banking and payment protection feature to be especially useful. You see, it protects my banking details from unscrupulous hackers by allowing me to make all my transactions and payments in one secure web browser without redirects. However, its finest standout feature for me is its System Inspector tool, which allows me to monitor the health of my devices for risks and troubleshoot them if the need arises. Now, this tool might be a bit tricky for basic users, but tech-savvy users might find it a very handy feature. Now, the important feature that many reviewers usually miss is ESET's unlimited VPN. Some even claim the AV doesn't have a VPN. However, a little digging would have done the trick. The VPN feature was launched recently as part of ESET's new all-in-one protection package, and it showcases a strict no-logs policy, hiding your internet activities from prying eyes. ESET security features are pretty impressive, and they do a great job of keeping devices and networks safe from viruses and malware. Thus, it gets a 5 out of 5, baby. Now, you remember when I quoted the idiom, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, right? Well, let's check some independent testing results from world-renowned AV labs to see how ESET performed. During its independent tests at AV Labs, ESET scored 5.5 out of 6 in the protection category, which means that there is a slight chance the antivirus could get some malware slips through its net. Now look, this doesn't sit down well with me, so I dug a bit deeper, and here's what I found. A breakdown of this result reveals that the lab tested the ESET using 363 samples of zero-day malware, while ESET detected 98.3%, which isn't the worst if you compare it to total AVs, 95.7%. However, given that the likes of Avera and Norton are recording 100% detection rates, ESET could do better. But now for you, the non-tech savvy. Zero-day malware is simply a previously unknown virus that explores newly discovered vulnerabilities in your device or system. Usually, dealing with these viruses is tricky, as cyber criminals create them immediately after they discover a flaw. When tested with 11,876 samples of prevalent malware, ESET detected every single one of them, scoring 100%. Now, this figure convinced me of ESET's capabilities. In fact, any figure below 100 would raise some eyebrows. As high as this woman's here. because the industry average for detecting prevalent malware is 100%. Fortunately for me, the virus that compromised my banking details was a well-known one, so dealing with it was a piece of cake. But antiviruses are suckers for slowing down PCs when they're running. So I checked the performance category, which details ESET's impact on the CPU. Here, the AV scored 5.5 out of 6, which kind of means that there is a slight possibility that it could slow down your system, especially if you're using an old PC or an archaic operating system. Yes, I'm talking about this fossil right here. Now finally, I headed over to the usability results page to find out if ESET is guilty of falsely flagging legit software and websites as security risks. Interestingly, the AV registered 0 false blockages, scoring 6 out of 6. This meant that I wouldn't be getting annoying pop-ups flagging legit software or web pages as security risks. So, considering the entirety of the AV tests lab results, with ESET performing admirably in certain categories and creditable in others, I'm awarding 4.5 out of 5. Now, if you're still here, it means only one thing. You're enjoying this video. Aren't you? Yes, you are, of course. So why don't you go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to the channel? It means so much. I promise it does. Thank you. However, one category that should mean a lot to you is price. Let's take a quick peek at pricing. ESET's price plans come in 3 tiers. There's Essential Security, Premium Security, and Ultimate Security, designed to suit your cybersecurity needs. The Essential Security boasts the basic functions of an antivirus and includes online payment, Wi-Fi, and network protection, all for $59.99. The Premium plan comes with all the features showcased in the Essential plan, in addition to a password manager and encryption to protect your most sensitive files, and that goes for $69.99. The Ultimate Security showcases all these features that ESET has to offer, including a VPN, which I've already mentioned, and identity protection technology for $204.99. But now just keep in mind that these prices are only for the first year and may change upon renewal. Now, ESET's prices are quite high, especially when you compare them to AV giants such as Norton and Kaspersky. However, Norton and Total AV scored better results in the AV tests than ESET, so probably they should have lower prices than ESET, but hey, who am I? I'm just a lowly peasant, Your Highness. Anyways, ESET scores a 4 out of 5 for its prices. Hey, but if you think ESET's prices are justified, feel free to disagree with me in the comments section. I promise you, I don't bite. So weighing the pros against the cons. Look, I'll say ESET is a good buy. And this is because the AV is great at removing viruses embedded deep within devices, as evidenced by my experience and the independent lab test scores. Its excellent real-time protection keeps your network, Wi-Fi, and devices safe from malware intrusion. Plus, its advanced diagnostics tools gives you deeper insights into what's going on in your PC and suggest ways to fix issues that crop up. However, the AV is still vulnerable to a tiny percentage of zero-day malware. Plus, its price plans are pricey. No pun intended. So weigh your cybersecurity needs against your budget and choose the plan that best suits you. But hey, I have a better idea. You can take advantage of the special discount on all ESET plans exclusive to CyberLab viewers by clicking on the link in the description box and enjoy the perks of ultimate cybersecurity. Now, putting the pieces of the puzzle together, this is the complete picture. As you can see, the AV scored a total of 13.5 out of a possible 15 points, which is credible and I believe fairly represents its ranking in the antivirus universe. So, my final thoughts. ESET is an excellent choice for providing ultimate protection against cyber threats. You can trust its extra features like the VPN to keep you anonymous while you surf the internet. However, the AV should take a second look at its prices if it wants to rub shoulders with the big boys like Norton and Kaspersky. In the meantime, however, if you want to know how the best AVs fared when they went head to head, check out this video here. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.